Ladies and gentlemen, every invention begins with an intention. No manufacturer creates a product without first determining why it must exist. Before the car was designed, transportation was the problem. Before the plane was built, crossing continents quickly was the burden. And before you were born, there was a problem on earth that required your presence. Everything created begins in the mind of its maker with a specific purpose. The idea of purpose preceding creation is not just philosophical. It is foundational to understanding our existence. When an architect designs a building, the first question is not how it will look, but why it needs to be built. Purpose defines function. Purpose determines design. And purpose governs destiny. In the same way, your life did not begin when you were born. It began when a purpose was conceived that required your existence. Your birth was merely the evidence that something was needed on earth that only you could fulfill. This means you are not here randomly. You are not the result of chance or fate. You are a product of intentional design. You carry a built-in assignment placed within you before you ever took your first breath. This is why understanding that purpose precedes creation is vital. If you do not know why you were created, you will misuse your life. Just as a screwdriver cannot effectively perform the task of a hammer, a human being cannot effectively live without knowing what they were born to do. Misuse, also called abuse, is the natural consequence of misunderstanding purpose. You were formed for a reason. Your personality, your strengths, your passions, and even your past experiences have all been woven together as part of a larger tapestry of purpose. When a manufacturer creates a product, they also include a manual, a guide that explains how the product works and what it's for. Human beings are the only creation trying to live independently of their manufacturer. We chase dreams others gave us, pursue careers we were never meant for, and often find ourselves frustrated not because we aren't talented, but because we are out of position. True fulfillment is never found in possessions, status, or applause. It is found in function, doing what you were born to do. Until you align your life with your original purpose, you will always feel a sense of emptiness, even in the midst of success. There is a silent grief that haunts people who have everything except purpose. That's why we see celebrities with fame, wealth, and influence still battling depression, addiction, and identity crisis. Success without purpose is just performance without fulfillment. You must make it your life's priority to return to the source of your existence to discover your original intent. Only your Creator knows why you were made. The world didn't assign your purpose, so it cannot define it. People's opinions cannot reveal your destiny. Your value is not in what you do, but in why you do it. Once you discover that do-H-Y, your life will begin to make sense. You'll no longer waste time chasing things that don't matter. You'll walk with confidence, speak with clarity, and live with conviction, because you'll know you are not an experiment, but an essential expression of divine intention. Success without purpose is like a ship sailing aimlessly in the vast ocean. It may move fast and cover a lot of distance, but it lacks direction and is vulnerable to drifting off course. Many people chase success thinking it will bring happiness, fulfillment, or meaning to their lives. Yet, without understanding the deeper reason behind their efforts, their purpose, they often find themselves feeling empty, lost, or even trapped despite external achievements. This is because success, when disconnected from purpose, is merely an accomplishment. It is not a calling fulfilled. Success without purpose can be deceiving. You might accumulate wealth, status, or recognition, but these are external markers that don't satisfy the soul's longing for significance. Imagine a man climbing a corporate ladder in a career he dislikes, or a woman gaining fame in an industry that doesn't align with her values. On paper, they are successful, but inside, they experience a growing sense of dissatisfaction. This mismatch leads to burnout, frustration, and sometimes despair. Why? Because success alone does not guarantee joy or peace. It only magnifies the void when you are living out of alignment with your true purpose. The problem lies in confusing success with destiny. Success is often measured by societal standards, money, power, awards, or popularity. Destiny, however, is an inward calling, a deep-rooted assignment that fits who you are at your core. Destiny is personalized. It is unique to your design and your gifts. You can be very successful, but still far from your destiny if you have not discovered your WHY. Without that, you are like a ship that has reached a harbor, but it is not the one you were meant to dock at. Living without purpose means you are vulnerable to external pressures and expectations. You may conform to what others think you should do or what society values rather than what your heart is made for. This external focus makes you reactive instead of proactive, chasing trends and approval instead of pursuing a meaningful path. Over time, this disconnect leads to a life that feels shallow or counterfeit, no matter how glamorous it may appear from the outside. Purpose brings clarity and stability. It is the foundation that shapes how you measure success. When your purpose is clear, success becomes a byproduct of fulfilling that purpose, not the goal itself. Purpose gives meaning to your efforts and transforms challenges into stepping stones rather than obstacles. It keeps you anchored during storms and fuels your perseverance because you know what you are working toward is bigger than temporary rewards. Remember, success without purpose is like winning a race you never wanted to run. The prize feels hollow because it was never truly yours to begin with. True fulfillment comes when your actions, talents, and achievements align with the mission for which you were created. That alignment brings a joy that success alone cannot provide. Therefore, before chasing success, ask yourself, is this the right ladder? Am I climbing toward my destiny, or am I just chasing someone else's idea of achievement? Align your efforts with your purpose, and you will find that success follows naturally, not as a mere external accolade, but as a reflection of a life well lived, fully aligned with your WHY. Purpose is not something you stumble upon by accident or find by searching the world around you. It is not revealed through social trends, popular opinions, or external achievements. Instead, purpose is rooted in the very one who made you, the Creator. This fundamental truth shifts the entire approach to discovering your WHY. It tells us that to truly understand why you exist, you must look beyond the surface of your life and into the source of your existence. When people try to find purpose by looking outward through careers, relationships, or possessions, they often end up confused or disillusioned. These external things are temporary and often change with circumstances. They cannot provide a stable foundation for the deep questions of meaning and identity. Your purpose, however, is eternal, fixed by the one who formed you in your mother's womb and knows every detail of your being. It is not subject to the shifting tides of culture or society. The Creator is the manufacturer and you are the product. Like every product, you were made for a reason. When a company designs a tool or device, it builds it with specific functions and capabilities. Those functions do not come from the user, but from the inventor. Similarly, your purpose is embedded in your design. Your talents, passions, and even your trials are indicators of the reason you were created. But to understand what those indicators mean, you must seek the one who designed you. Returning to the source for purpose means engaging in self-reflection, prayer, meditation, or other means of connecting with your deeper self and with the divine. It is about asking fundamental questions. Why was I made? What was I intended to do? What problems am I uniquely equipped to solve? The answers do not come from the world, but from the Spirit that breathed life into you. This journey back to the manufacturer requires humility and patience. It is not always an instant revelation, but a process of discovery. It might involve unlearning false identities, shedding societal expectations, and peeling back layers of fear and doubt. But the reward is clarity. When you connect with the source, you gain an understanding that is unshakable. You discover that your value is not determined by what you have or what you achieve, but by who made you and why. This perspective also brings freedom. When you know your purpose comes from the Creator, You no longer have to conform to the expectations or standards set by others. You can walk confidently on the path laid out for you, knowing it is tailor-made for your unique design. Your WHY becomes a compass guiding your decisions, your relationships, and your goals. Ultimately, discovering your purpose from the manufacturer means living a life that honors the intention behind your creation. It means stepping into your identity and embracing the assignment given to you before time began. This is where true fulfillment lies, not in chasing the world's definitions of success, but in fulfilling the reason you were created by the one who knows you best. If you desire, I can help craft a practical guide of reflection questions to assist in this journey back to the source. Would that be helpful? Your WHY, the purpose behind your existence, is not something random or accidental. It is intricately woven into the very fabric of who you are. To understand your true purpose, you must begin by looking inward, because your design holds the key to your assignment in life. Everything about you, from your talents and passions to the challenges you face, serves as a clue pointing toward the mission you were created to fulfill. When you examine yourself closely, you start to notice patterns. What are the things that naturally come to you with ease? What are the subjects or activities that ignite a fire inside you, making you feel alive and engaged? These talents and passions are not just hobbies or interests. They are markers placed within you to guide you toward your purpose. They reflect the skills and gifts you were given to solve a particular problem in the world. But it's not only the positive aspects of your design that matter. Sometimes the burdens and hardships you carry are just as important. The struggles you have endured, the pain you have faced, and the obstacles you have overcome shape your understanding and empathy. These experiences often prepare you to help others who face similar challenges. Your life story is a unique blueprint for the contribution only you can make. Many people overlook the connection between their personal gifts and their purpose because they compare themselves to others or follow societal expectations. They may try to fit into roles that don't align with their design, leading to frustration and a sense of emptiness. Recognizing that your purpose is hidden in your design means embracing your individuality rather than conforming to someone else's standards. The process of uncovering your WHY through your design involves reflection and honesty. It requires you to ask yourself tough questions. What are my natural abilities? What activities make me lose track of time? What problems in the world am I drawn to solving? What lessons have my struggles taught me? Answering these questions will help you identify the path you were made to walk. It is important to remember that your purpose is not a one-size-fits-all formula. It is as unique as your fingerprint. Your talents might not seem extraordinary to others, but they are extraordinary because they are uniquely yours. When you start to align your life with these clues, you begin to live authentically and with greater impact. Living according to your design brings a deep sense of fulfillment because you are no longer trying to be someone else or chasing after things that don't satisfy your soul. Instead, you are embracing your true self and stepping into the role you were created to play. This alignment transforms work into passion, challenges into opportunities, and dreams into reality. Your WHY is hidden in your design. It is the secret blueprint of your life. Discovering it is the key to unlocking a life of purpose, joy, and lasting impact. When you honor your design, you honor the one who made you, and you fulfill the unique assignment placed in your hands before you were ever born. When you discover your WHY, your true purpose, you gain something incredibly valuable: mastery over your time. Time is the one resource that everyone has in equal measure each day. But how we use it determines the quality and impact of our lives. Without a clear purpose, time easily slips through our fingers like sand, wasted on distractions, indecision, or activities that bring no real fulfillment. But when your purpose is clear, every moment becomes meaningful, and you learn to manage your time in a way that propels you toward your destiny. Purpose acts like a lens that brings focus to your life. Without focus, time is scattered, your energy is diffused across too many things, and progress is slow or non-existent. But when you know your WHY, you can prioritize the things that truly matter and say no to what does not align with your mission. This clarity prevents you from getting caught up in busy work or chasing goals that are not truly yours. Instead, your time is invested in activities that build toward your greater vision. Many people feel overwhelmed by the demands on their time. They feel like there is never enough time to accomplish everything they want, leading to frustration and burnout. The problem is not the amount of time, but the lack of alignment with purpose. When you are disconnected from your WHY, it's like trying to drive a car without a destination. You might be moving, but you're not going anywhere meaningful. Conversely, knowing your purpose is like having a GPS guiding every step, helping you take the most direct and efficient route to where you need to be. Mastering your time through purpose also means becoming intentional. It means planning your days with the end goal in mind and making conscious choices about how you spend your minutes and hours. This intentionality allows you to avoid procrastination and distractions because you understand what's at stake. You guard your time like a treasure because you know it's the currency of your purpose. Furthermore, when your WHY is clear, you develop resilience and persistence. You are less likely to be discouraged by setbacks because you see them in the context of a bigger picture. Time invested in overcoming challenges is not lost. It's part of the journey toward fulfilling your purpose. This perspective helps you manage your time wisely, balancing effort and rest, progress and reflection. Time management without purpose is a hollow exercise. You can have schedules and to-do lists, but if they are not connected to your WHY, they become empty routines that do not move you forward in a meaningful way. Purpose gives you the why behind the what and how of your daily activities. It transforms mere productivity into purposeful progress. Ultimately, mastering your time means reclaiming control over your life. When your purpose is clear, you are no longer a slave to the clock or the demands of others. You become the steward of your own time, directing it toward the fulfillment of your unique mission. This mastery brings peace, satisfaction, and a deep sense of accomplishment because you are living intentionally, not just existing. Circumstances are often mistaken for destiny, but they are not the same. Many people believe that the situation they find themselves in defines who they are and what their purpose should be. They look at their struggles, failures, or limitations and conclude that these are signs they are on the wrong path or that they lack potential. However, true purpose is not shaped or dictated by external conditions. Rather, it is steadfast and endures beyond the storms of life. Challenges and hardships are not definitions of your destiny, they are refinements. Life will present obstacles, setbacks, and disappointments. These experiences can feel overwhelming and discouraging, but they do not change the reason you were created. Instead, difficulties serve as a forge, strengthening your character, deepening your understanding, and preparing you for the fulfillment of your purpose. Like gold purified by fire, your true assignment is purified by adversity. The presence of challenges is often a sign that you are on a path that matters. It is important to separate the temporary from the eternal. Circumstances are temporary conditions. They come and go. Destiny is permanent and immutable. No matter how difficult your present situation appears, it cannot erase the design placed within you by your Creator. The storms of life may shake your confidence or delay your progress, but they do not rewrite the blueprint of your existence. Many people give up on their dreams or abandon their purpose because of discouraging circumstances. They confuse difficulty with defeat, pain with failure. But history is full of stories of people who faced tremendous opposition and yet fulfilled their destiny because they refused to be defined by what was happening around them. They understood that circumstances are like weather. They change, but the mountain remains. When you grasp this truth, you develop a resilience that is crucial for purposeful living. Instead of allowing circumstances to dictate your direction, you learn to rise above them. You see every challenge as an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. Your purpose becomes a beacon of hope and motivation that pushes you forward even when the path is unclear. This understanding also guards you against discouragement caused by comparison. When you see others succeeding or living seemingly easy lives, it's easy to feel that your own hardships mean you are less destined or less valuable. But purpose does not operate on comparison, it operates on calling. Your journey is unique, and your purpose is tailored to your design regardless of external difficulties. Knowing that circumstances don't define your purpose empowers you to keep moving forward. It gives you the courage to persevere when others might quit, and the faith to believe in your mission even when results are not immediately visible. Your destiny is not erased by setbacks, it is revealed through steadfastness. In summary, circumstances are temporary conditions that test and refine you, but your purpose is an eternal calling that remains unchanged. Embrace the challenges as part of your preparation. Keep your eyes on the higher goal, and remember that your destiny was written long before your current situation. This perspective will give you strength, hope, and clarity as you continue to walk the path of purpose. You were born to solve a problem. This truth is fundamental but often overlooked. Every person has a unique assignment that addresses a specific need or challenge in the world. Your very existence is not random. It is a response to a gap, an issue, or a need that requires your unique contribution. Understanding this shifts how you see yourself and your purpose. You are not just here to live. You are here to serve a solution to bring healing, innovation, or transformation where it is needed most. The world is full of problems: social, economic, emotional, environmental, spiritual, and each problem calls for a particular kind of solution. Your talents, experiences, and passions are tailored to meet one or more of these challenges. When you align your life with that purpose, you become an answer to a question the world is asking. This perspective empowers you to live with intention and impact because you know your life has meaning beyond yourself. It is important to realize that problems are not obstacles to avoid. They are invitations to fulfill your purpose. When you face a challenge or feel burdened by an issue, it is often a signpost pointing you toward your assignment. Your struggles may prepare you to empathize with others, to innovate solutions that only someone with your background and perspective can create. In this way, your pain and passion combine to make you uniquely qualified to solve a particular problem. Knowing that you were born to solve a problem also frees you from the pressure of trying to imitate others or live up to someone else's expectations. You don't need to fit into a mold or follow a path that was not designed for you. Your purpose is not to be a copy, but to be an original solution to an original problem. When you embrace this, you gain confidence to pursue your calling without fear of comparison or failure. Your problem-solving purpose may manifest in many forms. It might be through innovation, creating new ideas, technologies, or ways of thinking. It might be through service, helping, healing, educating, or leading others. Or it might be through advocacy, standing up for justice, truth, or change in society. Whatever form it takes, the core is that your life is a response to a need that matters. This calling gives your life a clear direction. When you know what problem you were born to solve, every decision you make can be filtered through that lens. You prioritize activities and relationships that move you closer to your purpose and let go of distractions that don't contribute. This focus maximizes your impact and fulfillment because you are not just doing things, you are doing the right things. Finally, embracing the idea that you were born to solve a problem reminds you that your life matters. It counters feelings of insignificance or aimlessness by affirming that you have a role in the greater story of humanity. Your existence is a vital piece of the puzzle. The world needs your unique contribution, and fulfilling your purpose brings joy not only to you, but to those you serve.